happens when we go off on invitationals or state championships and we need to room together in hotels and generally spend a weekend together or more. This story does not involve cancer. Or drinking small children. When some of you may be envisioning our trips down to a hotel together, you probably are thinking of a pretty hellish situation, having to sleep with 3 other teenagers, all with a superiority complex, would probably induce nightmares for most of you. Luckily, all of us have our own superiority complexes that help overcome everyone else, and it sort of balances out. So, we start off by coming over to the school one morning, and we all pile into a car or a van or whatever carpool instrument we're using, and someone is late, and we yell at them, and then they show up half an hour late, and then we're angry at them for the rest of the car ride down. During the car ride, we are mostly silent. We're at the beginning phase of the invitation. None of us wants to talk to each other. We all think that we don't actually like each other very much. Except for Garrett, he never shuts up.
Non-honest truth right there.
So we drive down mostly in silence, and we check into our hotel, which is usually a second rate, and we notice what curious features our hotel was. Our latest hotel, the Comfort Inn, its elevator still had a circular old telephone actually in the emergency line, which made an interesting noise when you jumped in it. So
impressive when I mentioned that the hotel manager was wondering what was happening when one of the, not me, someone else was jumping in it.
Yeah, but okay, the hotel had a koi pond.
Marcus, what about the shower head at that hotel?
Oh yeah, that's interesting. The last hotel we went to just recently, the shower head must have been like 5 feet high. Thank you know Michael Weston. He's 6'6" on our team, so we just kind of like. So that's interesting. Then we go off and we have our first day of competition, and everyone is still usually not talking to each other very much until we come back, and the exhaustion starts to set in. We all stay up much later than we should. I don't really know why, but everyone always ends up staying up till 11 or midnight when you still have to get up at 7 or 6 in the morning. 6 in the morning. By the time we start getting exhausted and completely fed up with debate, we actually start talking to each other because we're just desperate for something to do other than debate. So the conversations start coming, and the more interesting parts start to arise. At UOP, for example, last year, we came up with these dime phrases. And the idea is that everyone gives somebody else a dime phrase that they must somehow incorporate into their speech. It's just a little way that we like to spice up our competitions to not be bored and tired out of our minds. Such dime phrases included piso mojado, pool tile, unicorn, and can you enlighten me on the last one, Gary?
The last one was Canadian geese.
Yes, Canadian geese. So Garrett was very good. I believe he incorporated about 6 of these dime phrases into his speeches. So that's a little way to entertain ourselves.
And Marcus, if you don't mind me stepping in, for those of you who don't know, piso mojado is wet floor in Spanish.
Yes.
You can thank Sarah for that one.
But it was very good in the speech. I mean, I don't remember if it was Garrett or if it was Garrett.
Of course I got piso mojado.
It was like the piso, you used it as
Slippery slope.
Okay, that's it, Marcus.
Right.
He's telling wonderful stories.
Okay, so anyway, by the second night, we all are having a late dinner usually. We're running out somewhere, desperately trying to grab a snack so we don't go to sleep tired. And
Not a sleep
sorry. What I meant to say was we don't go to eat hungry. Anyway, so the next day comes along, and at this point, true exhaustion, we are completely fed up. Most people are just begging not to break at this point. They're begging not to do well because they just want to be done with everything. Unfortunately, we do well. And people continue to break, and we are usually stuck until as late as we possibly need to be Yeah, and have to stay for the award show of almost every tournament because we almost always win awards, which I guess isn't really a bad thing, but at the time it really does seem like a bad thing. Finally, we drive home asleep, and we don't remember anything of the car ride, and we sort of stumble back into our homes and try to forget that the whole weekend ever happened, until it happens all over again with the next invitation.
All right, thank you.